This evening, an effective foreign service is essential to the proper running of a country, says Guyana's President David Granger. Large protest march staged this morning by the East Demerara sugar workers on the east coast of Demerara. In a shift of reasoning, President David Granger has now conceded to the option of providing employment for the youths of the country. After a bit of drama, the wanted alleged Parika murderer was shot and finally captured by the police. In the region, anti-Maduro protesters incurred the wrath of security forces in riot gear as clashes continued in troubled Venezuela. And internationally, there was another school shooting and another 2 deaths, this time at an elementary school in California.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Ramsville Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with Basil Bradshaw.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel as well as our website safetvguyana.com. Join us. President Granger said it is very difficult to run a country without an effective foreign service in the international community. The statement was made during a question posed to him on the Public Interest Show coming out of the Heads of Foreign Mission Conference, which concluded here on Friday evening. Here is Andrew Weeks.
I would answer by referring you to the first question you asked me. I mean, how is it that we got over $1 billion from the People's Republic of China? That is the work of our diplomats.
David Granger, President of Guyana. Mr. Granger went on to state that citizenship is very important, but the abuse of it must not be condoned.
We have to protect our citizens wherever they are, if they're in the diaspora in Bahamas or Brooklyn or Queens or wherever. So citizenship is important. At the same time, as you know, people have been abusing citizenship. Illegal aliens, people have been trying to come to Guyana in order to go to other countries. So citizenship is important, and we want to make sure that wherever Guyanese are, they know that the state is going to look after them.
Mr. Granger explained what he meant when he stated Guyana's national interest in foreign affairs matters must be of utmost importance.
As far as the country is concerned, when we speak of the national interest, we mean that the diplomats or foreign service officers must go out to the places where they are stationed and sell rice, sell rum, sell timber, sell Guyana as a tourist destination, bring in investors. So at the country level, we want to see a very active foreign service. And at the community level, we want to see a stronger Caribbean, a stronger CSME. We want to ensure that our interests are protected by having a network of friends in UNASUR, in the OAS, in Mercosur, in CELAC, all these organizations to which we belong. So at all 3 levels, we know that the Foreign Service has an important role to play. The conference is very important in making sure that people are singing from the same song sheet.
The head of state posited that he is very glad for the conference because it gives those ambassadors at the senior level who are new in the post to help stabilize the situation in the Foreign Service.
In the previous administration, some people had been in one place for about 17 or 18 years and had lost their effectiveness. So we are in the process of transforming the Foreign Service, and this conference is very important in moving us from where we are to where we want to be. I would say it's transitional, but at the same time, it is placing a greater focus on economic diplomacy to make sure we sell more stuff.
Mr. Granger said while he is pleased with the work of the new ambassadors, more can be done in terms of selling Guyana's products in the USA, England, Canada, India, even Trinidad and Tobago. New consulates are also to be opened, especially in the diaspora, where lots of Guyanese citizens reside. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Thank you, Andrew. East Demerara Sugar Estate workers staged a large protest this morning, marching from Enmore to Enterprise. George Gonzalez has the details.
Monday morning, hundreds of East Demerara estate workers and residents of surrounding communities marched 4 miles from Enmore to Enterprise. This morning's march is intended to call attention to the plight of the workers and to express the workers and residents' strong opposition to the possible closure of the East Demerara estates. At this time, the government has not formally announced its position on the closure, but sugar workers believe that all indications are that the closure process has begun. The workers point to the fact that cane planting at the estate has been stopped for several weeks now, thus indicating that this year's harvest may be very unlikely. The workers are strongly against the estate's closure. The estate, which employs some 2,222 employees, is currently a major source of employment and plays a significant role in maintaining the rural economy of many major communities throughout the east coast of Demerara. The Guyana Agricultural Workers Union organized the march, and they stand in solidarity with the workers. In fact, at a press conference last week, GAWU General Secretary Nareen Prasad hinted at the possibility of a nationwide protest of sugar workers.
It appears as if only one language these people understand. The language of protest, the language of fight back, and that is not good for this nation, it's not good for this industry, it's not good for the workers. But if it is, that's all they understand, then we will have to be engaged in that kind of protest.
Sugar workers on individual estates have been engaged in protest actions for months, but this would be the first sugar workers' protest of such magnitude in years. Despite this, there is little to no reaction from central government or Gaisuco management. As protests grow in magnitude and the government doesn't seem to budge, in the minds of many of the workers, a nationwide strike may not be a question of if, but when. I'm George Gonzalez, Headline News.
President David Granger on Saturday assured that he would try his best to find jobs for youths in an address to residents of Friendship Village up the Pomeroon River in Pomeroon, Suriname, that's Region 2. He urged parents, teachers, community leaders, and civil society bodies to assist the government to identify youths who are in need of jobs, particularly those who may not have completed school, so that they can be enrolled in the Youth Corps when it is rolled out next year. Quote, "I will do everything possible to help you to get jobs, but you must also want to help yourselves," unquote. He was quoted as saying in a statement issued by the Ministry of the Presidency. According to a Demerara Waves report, the President's announcement on Sunday appeared to be a radical shift from his position in July 2016, when he had first stated that government could not provide jobs to youths who should qualify themselves to prepare for the job market and self-employment. He had said then that government would be working with villages to create more agro-based employment. After his first comment in July had triggered some concerns, by August of last year, he pledged that government would create the right environment for job creation and would not sit on its hands and allow youths to remain unemployed. On Sunday, he again said government would be launching the Guyana Youth Corps on January 1, 2018, which is aimed at providing employment and other opportunities for youths, particularly those whom have dropped out of school. A $50 million Guyana Youth Innovation Fund was created in the 2017 budget for the benefit of the country's youths. Coming up on Headline News after the break, the Parika murder suspect captured.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Fabulous Styles, it's your time to shine. For the best in plus and regular sizes for both male and female, for any occasion. From elegant designers dresses to stylish costume jewelry, your choice is Fabulous Styles. Come check us out on Durban Street, 3 doors from First Assembly Church, or call us on 225-8932 or 623-7895. Fabulous Styles, a time to shine.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town, served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from. Also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The New Thriving Chinese Restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
Footsteps is about to kick off your Easter with its massive Customer Appreciation Day sale. Yes, for Easter, enjoy wholesale prices at any of Footsteps' 2 locations on Wednesday, 12th April for the entire day. No discount card needed to get great savings. It's Footsteps' massive Customer Appreciation Day on Wednesday, 12th April. Footsteps, bringing it all together.
Yes, let's get it on. Total U Plus is introducing the bridal collection. We sell bridal gowns with over 150 styles to choose from, including bridal gowns for Muslim brides. We also sell bride and bridesmaid gloves, tiaras, petals, flower girl baskets, bridal pins, just married signs for vehicles, guest books and pens, aisle runners, veils, table placement holders, garters. Yes, the complete collection. Come see our bridal display in store. Total U Plus Bridal Collection, Froggity's Mall, booth number 16. Let's get it on.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
The Parika man suspected of murdering his reputed wife has been apprehended and is expected to stand trial this week. Ganesh Danraj had been on the run since allegedly strangling Danwati Ram last week. Last week, Ram was found dead in Danraj's home with a sheet wrapped around her neck. Relatives of the deceased said she had shared a very abusive relationship with the man and had only just recently moved out of their house, the same house where her body was found. Just prior to being found deceased, the victim was on her way to the police station to file a report against her reputed husband. It was at this point Danraj forced her to go back to his house. The man was seen running from the house moments before Ram's body was discovered. He was subsequently seen and challenged by the police, which caused him to plunge into the Essequibo River and never surfaced, at least for the cops to have a sighting of him. On Sunday, police cornered the murder accused at a relative's home. As officers approached the man, he jumped into a trench to evade the officers. They opened fire behind him and he was hit. After being hit in the arm, he subsequently surrendered to the police and was treated at Lenora Cottage Hospital. He is reportedly assisting ranks in their investigations. A number of heavy-duty sand trucks and Hilux badly damaged the David Rose Access Street and Caneview Avenue in South Rival Gardens over the weekend. Andrew Weeks did some investigating and found that one of the two companies involved is blaming the other.
Monday morning, when Headline News visited the main access road on David Rose Street, the damages were already done. The flakes and cracks, as one resident puts it, as if a giant had stepped on the road. The big trucks you are seeing on your screen has been using this road over the weekend to take sand to a landfilling site seen here. One resident said that the trucks would start their activities 4 in the morning, causing many to be awoken up from their sleep. Another resident who offered not to be on camera told Headline News that the trucks could have used the Caneview Avenue entrance and saved the road from damages. David Rose Street is where many would use to get access to their homes, churches and business. But now they will have to drive around the damaged hole seen here, which will also cause more damages to the shoulders of the road, or drive in the hole. Headline News paid a visit to the site and found trucks, Hilux and other heavy-duty equipment working on the land. We also found out that there are two companies doing works on the site, John Deere and Vera. This reporter managed to call the John Deere Guyana office and spoke with operations manager Mr. Kelvin. This is what he told us.
Yes, we are one of them because Mr. Vera apparently is doing it as well. So it's two parties, Mr. Vera and us.
Good. And you are the one that is carrying those heavy-duty equipment there, right?
Mr. Vera has more equipment than us. He has an excavator, a roller, a bulldozer. He has most of the equipment there. We only have a wheel loader there.
A wheel loader. Okay, because the equipment has damaged the road, and the committee are finding out who's going to repair it.
Well, those two pieces, while driving in, I noticed those because before we started, those pieces of the road were already broken. But what I've noticed now is that because of the amount of traffic that is passing, it's breaking further.
It was already broken, you said, by whom?
It was already, that was before we started, so that was probably Mr. Vera.
I see. So the question is, you're not sure who's going to be paying for that, right?
That will more than likely will have to be Mr. Vera.
It was only last year when residents complained of trucks carrying slush mud damaged the roads. According to the residents, it was Minister of Finance Winston Jordan, who lived in the area, intervened and promised the residents that the road would be looked after. That promise was kept, and the residents not only got a new road, but street lights. After a number of staff members on Channel 2 and 93.1 FM were robbed by bandits 3 times. Question is now, who will pay for the damages? John Deere Guyana or Vera? We'll keep you posted. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Good work, Andrew. Still ahead, the clash between protesters and security forces in Venezuela as President Maduro remains in a shaky position, and that shooting at the elementary school in California.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Fabulous Styles, it's your time to shine. For the best in plus and regular sizes for both male and female, for any occasion. From elegant designers dresses to stylish costume jewelry, your choice is Fabulous Styles. Come check us out on Durban Street, 3 doors from First Assembly Church, or call us on 225-8932 or 623-7895. Fabulous Styles, a time to shine.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Footsteps is about to kick off your Easter with its massive Customer Appreciation Day sale. Yes, for Easter, enjoy wholesale prices at any of Footsteps' 2 locations on Wednesday, 12th April for the entire day. No discount card needed to get great savings. It's Footsteps' massive Customer Appreciation Day on Wednesday, 12th April. Footsteps, bringing it all together.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
Now opened, the new thriving Chinese restaurant Providence location. Perfect for large events, exquisite menus featuring traditional Korean, Chinese and Western cuisine, elegant grand dining room and seats for over 500 persons. Also additional seating on the upper flat, luxurious VIP rooms and an elevator for your comfort. The new thriving Chinese restaurant second location above Massey Supermarket, Amazonian Mall, Providence. For reservation call 623-4097 or 657-9067.
In news from the region now, Venezuela's security forces in riot gear clashed with anti-government protesters on Saturday as the protest movement against President Nicolas Maduro gains fervor. Conway G. Gittins has this report.
Violence breaking out in the streets of Caracas, Venezuela as anti-government demonstrators clashed with police Saturday. Security forces firing tear gas as thousands of Venezuelans flooded the streets. The confrontation enhanced by security measures employed by the police. More than a dozen subway stations were closed across the city and checkpoints were set up on roads leading to the capital. And in San Cristobal, rubber bullets fired by the police injured 2, according to a Reuters witness. The latest protest coming one day after two-time presidential candidate Enrique Capriles, seen as the opposition's best chance at toppling President Nicolas Maduro if elections are held next year, was banned from holding political office for 15 years. Capriles seems undeterred.
Esa inhabilitación nunca va a surtir efecto.
That disqualification will never come into effect. All this is to demoralize, to take away the hope of the people, to prevent me from being a candidate and to be president. But this is not a candidacy. It is about Venezuela, and we are going to fight for change in our country.
Y vamos a luchar para cambiar nuestro país.
Maduro, whose popularity has plunged as Venezuelans suffer from hyperinflation and the lack of food and medicine, has only seemed to galvanize a fractured opposition that sees him as a dictator. Saturday's demonstration is the first sign protesters are uniting in a way not seen since 2014.
And internationally, 2 adults are dead after a school shooting at San Bernardino, California elementary school, according to police. ABC News has the story.
Right to that deadly shooting at an elementary school in San Bernardino, California, just about an hour east of LA. Here's what we know right now. The shooting happened inside of a classroom. 2 people are dead. One of them is a teacher. The other person is believed to be the shooter. We just learned 2 students who went to the hospital were shot as well. They are now in critical condition. This is at North Park School. Students were evacuated as the shooting was happening. Very anxious parents waited nearby to hear word about whether their child was actually okay. Sounds like the authorities did a really good job of shielding those kids from what was actually happening.
You can see the distress in their face, but most of the kids were smiling. I guess they didn't know what was going on. I don't know if you knew what was going on.
Police are still sorting this whole thing out, but they do believe this may have been a murder-suicide. The school is on lockdown right now. Police say the situation is contained. This is the same city where the 2015 terror attack happened that killed 14 people, wounded 22 others. So you can imagine how terrified people, first responders, are in that area, those especially who had to deal with that 2015 shooting when it happened.
Yeah. And that's Channel 2's headline news for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find the Channel 2 headline news on Facebook, YouTube, and SafeGuyana.com. You can also tune in at 6:30 tomorrow morning for a rebroadcast. Until then, I'm Basil Bradshaw, signing out on this newscast.